The west coast of America has been hit by heavy snowstorms and it's actually left thousands of people without power.
That's right, nearly a metre of snow fell in northern California over 24 hours, while avalanche warnings are in effect across 6 states, as Sylvia Lennon-Spence reports.
Breathtaking views of snow-covered forests, a true winter wonderland in the US state of Oregon. In neighbouring Washington state, much excitement as Seattle too was blanketed in snow.
I woke up this morning and I was like, oh my gosh, there's 6 inches of snow on the ground. I think I got to go skiing.
When we went to bed last night at midnight, I had trouble believing it would actually snow today. And when I woke up and saw what looked like maybe 4 inches, I was super excited.
But it wasn't all fun and frolics, with Seattle's mayor declaring a civil emergency ahead of the storms to give shelter to those in need. Travellers too were hit by delays and cancellations as airport operators tried their best to remove ice from planes, the battering snow hindering their progress. Flights were cancelled and many people stranded.
We had to wait for 2 hours outside in 20-degree weather for a taxi that would be willing to take us to one of the only hotels with room availability.
Meteorologists say global warming is playing havoc with the climate, making storms more intense and unpredictable.
La Nina is happening, and that is bringing the jet stream just directly over the west coast. We have just been pummeled by very heavy lowland rain, significant mountain snow. So yes, there's a degree of normalcy here. We see this kind of winter weather, but this is extreme snow, especially for what we're seeing California, Oregon, and Washington.
While many stay home to avoid the plunging temperatures, others are making the most of the winter freeze, sliding towards the end of the year as best they can. Sylvia Lennon-Spence, BBC News.
God, incredible pictures there.
Now, it is the winter, so you can expect a bit of snow, but heavy storms have been battering western regions of the US. It's already left thousands of people without power. Something like 30 inches of snow fell in California at the weekend. That caused major disruption and road closures, as you might well imagine. Other western US states continue to be battered by these heavy snowstorms, and that includes the state of Washington. Well, let's get over to the US now. We're joined in Seattle by Fox 13 meteorologist Abby Acone. Abby, thanks very much for joining us. I mean, it looks cold enough where you are, but calm enough. Certainly not the case for some parts of the country.
Yeah, that's right. So I was looking at the forecast today, David. We are talking about extreme wind chills for the northern Rockies here in the U.S., and we're still expecting classic winter weather. Parts of the Sierra Nevada getting 10 feet of snow. And they're expecting 1 to 2 more feet of snow later on this week. Like you mentioned, that has been crippling and paralyzing traffic across the West Coast.
Yeah, I saw even avalanche warnings for, well, not just Nevada, actually, a whole raft of states. How far is this away from what you would expect on I mean, if there is such a thing as an average winter anymore?
Yeah, absolutely. So what's happening this winter, it's all part of this big picture. La Nina is happening, and that is bringing the jet stream just directly over the West Coast. We have just been pummeled by very heavy lowland rain, significant mountain snow. So yes, there's a degree of normalcy here. We see this kind of winter weather, but this is extreme snow, especially for what we're seeing California, Oregon, and Washington, and we're expecting that snow to continue out into the Great Plains and even the Rockies as well.
And what sort of impact are you seeing, again, across the country? I mean, how badly is it affecting you all?
Right. Well, for example, here in Seattle, we only average about 6 inches of snow every year. We got about that in the span of one day. Some spots even got more than a foot of snow here. Typically in the Seattle area and the Puget Sound lowlands, we just simply don't have enough resources to clear roads really quickly. And so in a lot of ways, this stopped traffic on a very busy holiday weekend. And I know we're hearing about those closures too. Interstate 80, closed from the foothills to the Nevada state line. A lot of people just completely stranded and honestly not able to finish up that holiday travel.
I mean, that's not fun. I mean, we understand that much. And I'm looking at you and you've got snow on the ground, so obviously it's cold. But I was reading, Abby, that in some parts of the country, the temperatures, and it's wind chill, I guess, are falling as low as minus 55 Fahrenheit. Is that possible?
Right. You know what, David, those numbers should be illegal because that's really extreme, dangerous cold. And this is significant for us here in Seattle. We dropped to 17 degrees Fahrenheit earlier today. 8 below Celsius. Believe it or not, David, that is 91 degrees colder than the triple digits we had in June. We hit a high of 108 in June. It was the third consecutive day, that stretch, in the triple digits, what would have been 42 degrees Celsius. So this is the biggest temperature swing we've seen in Seattle, at least in recorded history.
Yeah, I don't think we can tell the climate that it's breaking the law, but I tell you what, those extremes are ridiculous. Abby, thank you so much. Go and get in the warm. Thank you very much.
Thank you.